All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's get to it. So, in case you haven't heard yet, rapper PNB Rock was shot outside of the famous Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I think it was inside, not outside, but um, basically he was shot at the restaurant, and apparently it was about a few minutes after his girlfriend, who was with him at the time, dropped the location. Now, if there's one thing that I've learned about life in general, even though I don't think there's anybody out there to get me, I don't have any ops or anything like that, but if there's one thing that I've learned is I'm not a big fan of people knowing where I am at any given moment in time, right? I would pray on everything that I love that she did not set that man up. But what I've learned is when you're out there and you move a certain way, granted he was just a rapper, you know, and I hope that he wasn't engaged in anything that would have people come at him that way, but then again, you just never know. I would hate to think that his young lady set him up, but for me, nobody ever knows my location unless I want them to know. Okay? And even when I shoot YouTube videos, and what you'll learn about a lot of people who shoot YouTube videos, yes, this is the video, but this is a video probably a day or so or a couple of hours ago that I'm putting out to you right now. Unless I'm live and I'm out there in the streets and stuff like that, nobody's really going to know where I am unless you want them to know. And that comes with the ability to want to maintain privacy as well as maintain your safety, man. I mean, I'm not a public figure, right? I'm just a regular guy who likes to make YouTube videos, have fun, spend time with this young lady, and stuff like that. But in reality, I'm sure that I've said some things that have pissed somebody off. I mean, it comes with the territory. Everybody's not going to like you. I would hope. I would pray on everything that I love and hope that I haven't said anything that would want to drive somebody to come pull up, right? Or come see me in person, right? I'm not that type of guy, right? You don't hear me talking about, yo, you got a problem with me, pull up here, man, I'm going to whoop that ass. You don't, that's not me, right? I'm not engaged in any of that activity. That's not who I am. I don't play hard or anything like that. So I would hope that you wouldn't want to engage in any fisticuffs or try to cause harm to me. But just in case you are, chances are I'm not. It's not a good idea to drop your location. But now that his young lady has dropped the location at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a popular landmark out there in LA. And I mean, when you eat there, I mean, it's kind of like, yo, I want people to know that I'm eating that chicken at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, right? You know, but even though that may be the case, the problem is sometimes it's just not a good idea for you to do that until after you're done, right? Until after you finish eating, after you left the restaurant, right? Not right then and moment, right then and there in the moment. Even with my young lady, she likes to take pictures, right? She likes to post on Instagram. Not often, right? She's not really into that stuff often, but she likes to do that. And I'm not gonna stop her from it. You don't want to take a picture of the meal, take a picture of us going out and stuff like that. But usually with me, I'm lucky because she takes about an hour and a half plus to edit down the photo, make sure it looks all pretty and shit. So by the time she posts something, chances are we done already left, right? Or we're somewhere else, or at a different location and stuff. So by the time it's posted, it's never like instantaneous in the moment. We at this place, you can find me. And usually she doesn't necessarily drop actual locations like that. Like, oh, we are here at this mall, at this particular place and all that stuff. Unless we're already done, we already finished eating. Because one thing we don't do at the table is we don't keep our phones out at the table. It's a cardinal rule, right? So it's just, it's unfortunate, and I pray that it's, they said fatally shot when I saw the article and stuff like that. And I'm just praying that the brother's still with us, but I don't know. And chances are, if you say fatally shot, it doesn't look good. And that's my biggest fear, right? And maybe as the time this video comes out, it comes out to be more official than a whistle. But everything that I've read up to this point is fatally shot, but nobody has confirmed anything. So that's just the way I'm going to keep it. But I pray for that brother and I pray for that brother's family. Again, my content isn't really around the idea of covering hip hop music or anything like that on YouTube. But for me, this is a life learning lesson. This is a lesson that I think everybody needs to learn. And I think this is something that doesn't necessarily go over people's heads. I mean, if you value your privacy, if you value, safety and stuff like that, you don't let people know where you are all the time. It is not their business to know where the fuck you are all the time. All right? It's not their business. It's not their business. And to see this happen to somebody, a prominent rapper, I mean, I like this music. Um, but to see it happen and to know that this could have been avoided, but unfortunately, it was his young lady who posted a picture about them being at this particular location, and everybody knew where he was. And you could tell when a picture was posted how long it was posted ago. You could just show up, especially if you live out there in LA. I don't know who would want to cause that brother harm. I really don't. But I guess when it comes to this rap business, you're gonna make enemies somewhere. I don't know, man. It just seems to be a lot going on in the business that, thank God, I'm not a part of it, right? Thank God I don't find myself amongst the fuckery or amongst people who would want to, potentially cause harm to me just because, right? But in reality, like I said, even when we're abroad, that's even more reason not to post your locations, right? If somebody knew where I lived at here in Carolina, if somebody knew exactly where my location was in Carolina, and I'm over here posting that I'm in the Philippines and stuff like that, and you find where I stay at, and you find my apartment, and you find all this stuff, that leaves me open to problems, right? That leaves me open to issues, things that I don't need in my life, right? So I try my best to maintain a very stoic, very private lifestyle. Yes, when I do go abroad, it's hard for me to hide it, and I want to be able to show you guys that. But in reality, if I'm doing that, I've already put, contingencies, I think, contingencies or whatever, in place to make sure that my place is good, make sure whoever needs access to the house got access to the house. And like I said, I live in an apartment complex, so I got neighbors all around, and I got cameras and stuff. I mean, I try to keep myself well in tuned and definitely well taken care of. We keep it locked down like Fort Knox, right? But it sucks, right, to hear about this happening, and it's very, very, very unfortunate. And I pray that it ends well, but something in my heart tells me that I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. When I was reading it, it didn't seem like it was something that was going right, in the moment. So, yeah, man, y'all need to keep y'all private and y'all locations to yourselves, man. Keep them to yourselves. Just please keep your locations to yourself. I don't see there being any positive outcome with it, for it. It's just it seems like a dangerous game to play. Whether you are in that life or whether you're not in that life, it's a dangerous game to play because you never know who's out there that has bad intentions for you. That's what it is for me. I don't know who has bad intentions for me. And I followed a YouTuber a while back. He's not really posting content anymore. He's one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. But he always said, yo, you're never going to know my location until I'm no longer in the location. He did travel around a little bit, so the only time he ever posted about his location was only when he was no longer in that location. So if he was in Singapore, if he was in Malaysia, when he left the country, that's the only time he would post the content that he filmed for that particular area. And I thought that was pretty smart. Kind of thought it was a little bit, in my mind, when I thought about it, I was like, man, this brother's paranoid as hell. But now that you think about it and you see what happens, now I see why it makes sense. So, gentlemen, just make sure you stay safe out here, man. This ain't just something that happens in the U.S. It can happen to you anywhere, right? It can happen to you anywhere. And that's how I'm going to end it, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. And when I say take care this time, I really mean it, man. Y'all take care. Take care of yourselves. All right? Doc is out. Peace.